15. It's 77 degrees at 2 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Attention.
They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time.
What time is it? Showtime prime time.
It's XL Primetime. Featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
His balls are different in person.
And Leon Searcy.
So they were smelling themselves.
Oh, my gosh.
With no deal.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
We made it to the end of the week, and Friday looks a hell of a lot better today than maybe it was looking earlier in the week. Beautiful sunshine. The wind is down a little bit. You get to head into the weekend with what looks like a pretty good forecast. And also, you're ordered to be in your lazy boy or tied to your couch around 9:30 in the morning with the Jags and the Bears Sunday, kicking it off in London. Last time we saw the Jags, little 49-yard field goal booted through by the big little leg as he was able to put together the game winner, and they got off the schneid. Now can they make it 2 in a row? Bears, Jags out across the pond. They're in Tottenham as the visitor this week and then home next week to the Patriots. So we're going to get into this game as we start our show off. A Florida Home Friday. You guys are more than welcome to hit the rock and roll suggestions and send them RJ, the DJ's way, 641-1010, especially coming out of the storm. You can have fun with that. Some good rock and roll to put us in a good mood heading into the weekend. But we figured we'd start off with three ways to win and 3 ways to just absolutely blow it if they don't do what they're supposed to do. Have you changed your mind, Big Sirs? Heading into this game, the line has moved. Jacksonville's never been the favorite, according to the odds makers. They opened up as an underdog. Anyway, it's gone up and down. I think it was, 1.5 to start. Went up to 2, down to 1 now. Have you changed your mind? You still got a good feeling about Jags winning?
Yeah, I have a good feeling that Jags win. They shouldn't be favored. I mean, they're 1-4.
Yes.
Chicago Bears are 3-2. Okay, I mean, you reckon it's who you are. But they have an opportunity to change that in this game. I think the Jaguars got a little momentum, playing the coast last week, did some things offensively that we should have been doing week 1, which we did week 1. We did for the first 2.5 quarters. We did. But then at some particular moment, we just lost our identity. But no, this team has, if they play the way they play offensively against the coast, I think they'll be fine. At the way we execute the run game, the long ball, the protection, all that kind of stuff. Now, on the defense end, that's where we're going to struggle. On the back end, man coverage, zone cover, whatever it may be. I mean, they got 3 legit wide receivers that can get it done. You got Roma Dunze. You got Keelan Allen, and you got DJ Moore. And those are 3 vulnerable weapons that we've got to figure out how to cover at some capacity.
So, Matt, what repeats itself? The lousy defensive performance or the solid offensive performance?
I mean, that's
it,
That's
right?
literally been the story of this franchise for the last 3 years is when the offense plays well, the defense doesn't. When the defense plays well, the offense doesn't. The only time it didn't was in that one run at the end of 2022.
Yeah. Like one good half and one bad half.
Right. And it's I hate to say this over and over every week, but it's all about protecting your quarterback and affecting the other guy's quarterback. It's simple as that. And if they can affect the quarterback, it doesn't matter about those other 3 receivers because he's not going to have time to throw the ball.
Yeah, a couple of good numbers. And let's just start it out. NFL music, please, if you would, RJ, because we're going to ask people, how do you feel about this game? We're going to give you three ways they can blow it, 3 ways they can show it and basically get the dub. And you're talking about a chance to go back-to-back with wins and maybe go back-to-back in London when it's all said and done and get to 3 and 4. But the Caleb Williams protection this past week was pretty sound. Chicago Bears did a pretty dang good job of keeping him upright. He threw for over 300 yards. His yards per attempt, yards per play, all of it was very solid. He only got sacked once, only got dropped 1 time. This football team, at the very least, they kind of got going close to the half when they did the strip sack, and they ended up getting to Flacco 45 dropbacks. They got to him 4 times. So about 10% of the time. That ain't great, but at the same time, they were able to get him on the ground. Meanwhile, Leon, nobody ever hit Trevor this past week, basically. 0 sacks, 0 hits. And so if they can make that happen, we're looking at a real good opportunity. So give us a
one.
Yeah.
How are we going to win it?
Yeah.
Run the ball.
Okay.
Be about Tank. It's got to be about Tank. He's been effective. He's shined over the last couple of weeks. Big play running, offensive line blocking. You can't be one-dimensional in this game. You got to get Tank involved. Even ATN, you got to get him involved as well. But we got to be able to run the ball against the Bears. That's my one.
Yeah, I don't disagree with it at all. I wouldn't be surprised if we all have it in there because I do know when you add it all up, total yards that Tank had and his yards per carry average, they were solid.
So my number one with a bullet.
Yeah.
With a bullet.
Yeah.
Did you watch Brock Purdy last night? Better yet, did you watch Brock Purdy 2 weeks ago against the Cardinals? Mm-hmm. When they sacked him twice and they harassed him the entire game and he was 18 to 35, 2 picks. Well, last night, he didn't get touched. He had 3 touchdowns, no picks. It was 18 to 28.
And
protect your quarterback. Yeah. If you protect your quarterback, good things are going to happen. All you guys out there that have been screaming for the last 5 weeks that Trevor's terrible and he's not the generational guy that, the bill that was sold. Don't believe that. Don't believe that, okay? He is that guy. Protect him, and he will show it.
Yeah, I feel like the protection was there and the game plan was there this past week. And so I'm all about it. I want to see a new and improved and consistent Trevor Lawrence. We know he can make all the throws, and we know that he can deliver in big moments. But he just has been so inconsistent, kind of like this football team that we've been talking about. My number one is pass pressure. Pass pressure. You have got to get to Caleb Williams. You mentioned the number of players that he can throw the football to. They totaled 20 grabs between DJ Moore, who had himself a pretty dang good game, and then you throw in Keenan Allen coming back and being healthy. You want to talk about the numbers? They were solid. He had over 300 yards. His passer rating was way the heck up there. 8 targets for DJ Moore, 5 grabs, had over 100 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Keenan had 12 targets, caught the ball 8 times. So that means they're going to be throwing it at those 2 cats a bunch. And then you just throw in the Romes of the world, the Komets of the world. That's a lot of footballs that he can spread around. So they have got to get pressure on him and make sure that they knock him around, make him feel uncomfortable. Number 2.
My number 2, offensive line.
Okay.
Protect, run the ball. Listen, ever since that Buffalo game where they were just utterly embarrassed, couldn't run the ball, couldn't protect Trevor, gave him all kind of pressure, sacks, and all that kind of stuff. They've been amazingly good over the last 2 weeks. 2 shutouts, they have been. Yeah. Because I was not anticipating it. Really, I was very interested to see how this offensive line was going to respond if they got embarrassed on Monday Night Football, and they responded well.
Right.
Tackles are playing solid. Ezra Cleveland.
Yeah.
Matt Hayes doesn't want to hear this. Is the number 1 PFF guard in the NFL.
Graded out
the highest. I never saw that.
It's not that I don't want to see it. It's just that it's not reality.
Well,
I just say this. I'm just going to say this. 5 offensive line playing solid. I need another shutout this week because you're going to go up against a tougher defensive front this week, and I need Trevor Clean. Trevor Clean means good ball.
Yeah, it does.
All right, my number 2 is affect the quarterback. I mean, they got 4 sacks last week against Flacco, and they still almost lost that game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Joe Flacco was 33 of 44 for 358 yards and 3 tuds, not 1 pick.
Not bad.
That's probably not that good, okay? That you got a 40-year-old quarterback doing that to you. 42 he is, right?
He's a 40-year-old virgin, man. He came back he's turned back the clock.
That's a 40-year-old quarterback without a running game, with a couple offensive linemen down, who's really not mobile, even though he got a 20-something yard scramble on you.
Hey, man, that's a Super Bowl champion quarterback.
If they don't cover better, if they don't get some kind of combined affect the quarterback and cover better in the secondary, Caleb Williams, a rookie, will eat their lunch. He will. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and so on the heels of what you just said about Ezra, and I'm 100% with you that they have to keep doing what they're doing. That's my next key, is what Cam was able to do. He went from arguably back-to-back-to-back worst games he has played collectively as a Jaguar to these last couple of games just tightening things up. I hope someone got in his ear and chewed his fanny out. Phil Rauscher, Doug Peterson, whoever it might have been, the ice cream man, getting on him, just telling him it ain't going to go down. He had pass block rate third, according to PFF, 88.4. He had a total of 69 pass blocking snaps with 0 pressure.
In the last 2 weeks, he has, yeah.
Yeah. And so over the last couple of games, that's pretty dang good when you consider, basically, you could call that a game worth of pass plays, right? Because they split it up, because 69, so that's probably about.
Right. So let me ask you something, all-pro offensive tackle.
Yeah.
How does it get to that? How do you get to playing maybe your 2 worst games of your career, which he's been in the league now? How many years? 7 years?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 17 when he came in.
How do you go from the 2 worst games of your career to having 69 pass pro ops and not blowing one of them?
Yeah, this is
someone. I can tell you the answer. Someone that meant a lot to him called him and told him how bad he played. It could have been a college coach.
Hang on a second. I was just going to say, could it have been Nick Saban?
It could have been a college coach.
Could have been Nick.
Could have been your mama. I'm for real. It just needs someone important enough to see you play and tell you that's not your best. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Nick. I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Saban called him up and said, hey, look, what are you doing out there?
Right.
Nick
that's what I
or
would
his
take
college
from
offensive line coach.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Someone that means enough to him. Because, I mean, listen, you hear the noise from your offensive line coach all the time, right? You hear from that. But someone that affected your whereabouts to where you are now.
The message got through from someone.
Well, Nick could be saying, he goes, you know what? All I've got to do is college game day. I could actually watch a little NFL Sunday. You were playing horrible.
I will say this. Nick has said, and will say, I'm sure, in the future, his best offensive lineman he ever coached was Cam Robinson.
That's what he said. And look, when he wants to be a dog, he can be, and those numbers at the very least bear it out. All right, last one.
Last one?
Yeah.
My last one is pass rush. Mm-hmm. You got to affect the passer. It can't just be Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen. Can't just be Eric Armstead. I mean, you're welcome to the party. You know, you are. You are absolutely. Please be kind enough to come in and join us. All right. Please.
Where is he?
I don't have any idea, but he's welcome to the party.
I'll tell you where
you don't have to pay.
More than anything else, he's
just come in.
He's lining up at the end as opposed to interiorly, which shakes you up just a little bit.
I mean, listen, this guy when he
got paid to play inside. Get inside.
Yeah, get inside.
Well, I don't care if he gets it from the outside or inside.
Right at this point, right?
Yeah, just
you
get the quarterback.
Yeah, but you know what? He don't want to play inside because he feels at a certain age you feel that you had that seniority because inside is for dogs.
Yeah.
Because you're going to take double teams and hits. He don't want that no more. He's been tenderized.
All right, last one.
He does not want that smoke.
No, he want that smoke.
Last one, Matt. As far as the way to win, either show it or blow it.
Get ahead early. Score early. Okay. Get a lead. Play with a lead. Because if you play with the lead, you call a game differently, both offensively and defensively. You can do different things defensively. You can do more exotic things defensively in the way you get after the quarterback. You can do different things offensively and the way you set up plays. Get ahead. Play ahead instead of always chasing points.
Yeah, my last one, and you guys can throw them in the pile with us, 641-1010. Hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, or go to YouTube and jump in the chat because we'd love to at least kind of zero in on what you guys are thinking are the main ways to win. But my last one is that play sheet. That play sheet looked good this past week. Short passing, higher percentage throws, take the profit type of play design. That coupled with the run game, both of those things added up to Brian Thomas getting loose for that 85-yarder. Both of those things added up to Tank getting loose for 65 yards. They are still at the top of the heap when it comes to big plays in the National Football League, believe it or not, explosive plays. And so that play sheet I liked a lot better. Yes, a lot better. Yeah. Well, look, Trevor was able to operate with a more confident in the huddle to the line of scrimmage, take the snap, make the decision, and make the throw.
Because they protected him.
Well, yeah, but also there were shorter throws, man.
I just want to see some unique stuff. You know what I want to see, honestly?
No, hang on. We don't need unique. We need to do the same thing over and over and over and do it well.
I get that. But I want to see something like, remember when Chew was a starting quarterback, they were playing the Broncos, and they did that fake screen left, fake screen right, and he threw to a skinny post tight end, wide open at the goal line touchdown.
Yeah,
you remember that? Yes, you do.
Yeah,
yes, you do. That's the kind of play I want to see.
I don't want to see any exotic right now. I want to see stuff that works and works.
That stuff works. That's the point.
Well, here's the thing. Oh my God, that's such a slow developing play with this offensive line that's under question. Here's the other part of it.
Can't be any worse than the Herb offensive line.
Yeah, but here's the other part of this. They got the running backs.
That was the. All right, whatever.
Yeah, they got the running backs involved in the screen game, the receivers in the screen game. Trust me, there were a lot of closer to the line of scrimmage, but more open guys, faster to take bodies off of Trevor. That led to those big plays.
They are using more screens.
Yeah.
Or at least they did last week.
Yeah.
Just mixing a screen every once in a while, you know?
Yeah, and both guys, Tank and Etienne, ran it and caught the football. All right, you guys keep going with some of your thoughts. We will dip onto the other side. That's how you show it. This is how you blow it. Coming up on XL Primetime.
Together, one play at a time.
It's the moment the game changed.
Up in the air, it is caught!
Listen for the performance painting high performance play of the game.
Are you kidding me?
On 1010XL. Performance painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Who has the best lineup this season? Honda. Cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, hybrids, and electric. This is one of the greatest lineups Honda has ever had. And now is the best time to purchase or lease one. Visit your local Honda dealer now. Remember, only a Honda is a Honda.
Mia here. Have you been betting and winning at MyBookie.com? If you haven't bet with MyBookie yet, they are still running the double deposit bonus. Just sign up with promo code 1010XL. We are on to week 6 in the NFL, a ton of college matchups that run through the weekend. Get some skin in the game on all of these elite matchups. You should certainly have your eye on that spread for Florida, Tennessee Saturday night. You know that we play the Bears Sunday on NFL over in London, and we're probably going to be a slight underdog here in Duval County. If you think the Jags can win in London, bet it. The Surging Commanders, meanwhile, play the Ravens in a DMV battle. The Cowboys play the Lions. And for Sunday Night Football, Bengals traveling to New York to play the Giants. For a limited time, MyBookie still has that double deposit bonus. Use promo code 1010XL to claim a bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. Double your money with promo code 1010XL before you even place a bet. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL.
I'm Taylor Rose with our Remedy Staffing Westside office off of Normandy Boulevard. We are helping great people find great jobs. Remedy has helped some of the best employers in Jacksonville find talented job seekers like you for over 25 years. Our current job openings range from entry-level distribution center pickers to equipment operators. Apply today at remedygoodjobs.com. Don't wait. Apply at remedygoodjobs.com now.
This is Keith Scott with Veterans Wholesale Cabinets. We are Northeast Florida's cabinet experts and your best option to elevate your home improvement project for both homeowners and contractors, and attention to detail to every project. VeteransWholesaleCabinets.com.
Pre-Game Friday is brought to you by MyBookie and Dream Finders Homes on 1010XL.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now graduate making over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There's no tuition or no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost are the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by November 7th.
If your favorite colors are orange and green, stay close to South Beach this season.
Your source for weekly Canes news and nuggets on 1010XL is the Hurricane Report.
Brought to you by Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve on 1010XL.
Mia here. The name to remember this hurricane season is Pro Jax Roofing. Your neighbors have relied on Mike for 25 years to repair or replace their roofs. When you call Pro Jax Roofing, you only talk to Mike. No expensive salespeople. You always get the best price for your project. For the lowest insurance rates, a free wind mitigation report is always given with your roof replacement. Pro Jax Roofing wishes you a safe hurricane season. And if needed, Mike is here to help. Call today for a free estimate or go online at projaxroofingfl.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and GIA certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $2,300 per ounce and hasn't seen this level in over 13 years. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Hey, Hicken here with a message from Zero Res. Can you believe they've been cleaning carpets in Jacksonville now for 20 years? Dave Benyon and his family and staff are so grateful of things and appreciate you, their great customers. In fact, October's birthday month for Zero Res. So what are we doing for customers? Just say happy birthday, Zero Res, and we'll give you $50 off. That's $50 off carpet, tile, and grout, upholstery, or area rugs. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and even though you're the place to go for fun, you're also a place to go for generators. People need generators.
And the Honda lineup is amazing. They make the super quiet model, inverter technology, the electricity's super clean. You can have conversations with them. You can back up your whole house with a Honda generator. So we have them in stock, and we're ready to ride.
So you have generators big enough that could run everything in the house.
Absolutely.
Check it out, Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency for generators.
If you're searching for a new fence installation, challenge yourself to find a fence company with more positive online reviews than Superior Fence and Rail. With over 3,000 reviews and a 4.9 out of 5 review range, Superior Fence and Rail is, well, superior. So take the online challenge or let their professional team show you what superior service looks like. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
Easy to get us back in a good mood with some good rock and roll, a Florida Home AC Friday. So you can hit up RJ the DJ, 641-1010. Rock and roll as we head into a Friday. Florida Home AC, the official AC company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I put up my Florida Home AC preview on social, so you can definitely check that out, be it on Instagram, X, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever it might be. You can definitely look at it and chime in on what you think it will take for the Jaguars to win. So we gave you 3 ways to show it. Now we're going to give you 3 ways to blow it because it can happen. That's for sure, no question about it. And we will get to some of your suggestions as far as how you think that they can seal the deal against Caleb Williams and company. By the way, 11th time that these two teams have faced off. You go all the way back to the 1995 season. I know that this team thumped you, Searcy.
3-point thump. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 3-point thump. And believe me, when you're talking about a franchise that was just born, a 3-point win over the hated Steelers is a thump.
It doesn't make any sense. Hated Steelers, y'all just got in the league. How we become hated?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. But I think feared.
All right, there it is. I appreciate it.
Okay,
y'all cheat. That's why.
Who cheats?
Steelers and the league get together.
Well, first of all, let me tell you something. Do you know the fan base here in Jacksonville is large? Don't have them come down here, man. Hayes. Don't have them come down here.
No, I'm saying the Steelers cheat is what I'm saying. That's why that's why they're rivals.
The Steelers cheat?
Yeah.
How they cheat?
Steelers in the league, they get together.
Oh, stop it, please. Come on, man.
I wasn't talking about the Jags. I'm talking about the Steelers.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Steelers get some breaks, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
They might get a call or two. So the Steelers.
Or 3 or 4 in every game.
I don't recall.
They were victorious.
I don't recall, he says.
They were victorious over the Steelers that year. 1 of 4 wins in TC's inaugural campaign as the 30th NFL franchise. the Bears and Jags did play that year, 30-27. Nice back and forth game. Jacksonville scored 27. The Bears scored 30. All right, so we gave you 3 ways to show it. Now 3 ways to blow it.
My number one, turnovers. Bro, turnovers are backbreakers. Interceptions, fumbles, that kind of stuff. Special teams, fumbles, all that kind of stuff. If they, I mean, right now we're what? I know y'all do the math stuff. We're what, -3 as far as
-3.
-3 in the turnover ratio.
Well, I do the math. I don't know what he's doing.
Believe me, I've repeated it many times. -3.
So I mean, yeah, we've got to get that to even somehow. But we got to eliminate turnovers in this game. If we don't, that's one where we could definitely blow it.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what I want to see. First drive of the game, if you're playing defense, get off the field. That's number one.
Yeah.
And number two, if you're on offense, score points.
Yeah.
So if you're on offense,
I like all those.
This is very
I'm
basic.
all for it.
This is very basic. If you take the ball, score points. If you play defense, get off the field and then score points.
Yeah.
Just don't get in at 7-0 hole, then 3 and out, then punt the ball back, and they get good field position. They roll down, then it's 10-0, and then you're chasing points. Don't get in that situation, which is where, they found themselves before, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. All right, so, but we're giving 3 ways you can blow it. So I need the way.
That was a combo is what that
okay,
was.
all right.
I got 2 more, believe me.
All right, I'm just trying to, because
there's a lot of ways you can blow it, Joe.
Of course there is. I'm just trying to figure out whether that was one that just basically said that they aren't going to be able to do that. Because when I look at it and I just simply think of where this football team has been when they kind of hit that low point, and it was obviously giving up all those yards, not just to the last team they saw, but to many teams, including the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills got out on skates and scored the first 4 drives that they had. Josh Allen, boom, 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 score.
It was 14-0 like that.
It was just nuts. And so I would think one of the ways that they can blow it, and I'm just going to kind of play off the heels of the turnovers, is that when you constantly find yourself in 3 and outs, and you constantly are punting the football, and you're constantly putting your defense out there to let that other team control the clock and really start to wear them down, just the 3 and outs have to be cut out, okay, in the beginning of this football game. You cannot start this game slow or you will blow it, period. All right, number 2 for you.
Number 2 for me is blown assignments. And I'm talking about across the board. Offensive lineman, missed block here, back, missed block there, defensive tackle not in this gap, linebacker not in this gap, corner, a blown coverage here, safety, bad angle there. Those kind of mental errors cost you football games.
Yes.
You got to be solid mentally. No mental errors in this game. Everybody execute at a very high level. But if you don't, and I'll give you that laundry list of blown assignments. If you have blown assignments here on the offensive side, defensive side, even on special teams, cost you football games. So blown assignments.
True. All right.
All right, so your first 2 are turnovers and blown assignments.
Yeah.
So basically just mistakes.
Yes.
Preventable mistakes.
Absolutely.
Is what you're saying.
Yes.
And they're real.
Preparation, preventable mistakes.
That's right. Listen, we used to have a saying. It was piss poor preparation attributes to piss poor performance.
Right.
That was
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, and those are 2 spot on. That is how you can blow it. That's for sure. All right, next one, Matt.
All right, my next one is you can blow it by continuing to get poor play in the secondary. And I don't know if it's scheme, what you're calling, if it's, you're calling too much man or you're not calling enough man or you're calling too much zone or not enough zone. The reality is those guys look lost back there. They look lost. So they got to play better in the back end. And if the idea of what, when you brought Ryan Nielsen here, the idea is more pressure and more bump and run and more trying to mirror routes instead of playing zone, then you got to get 2 guys out there or 3 that can mirror routes.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And if they can't, you're going to get crushed. And I don't care who the quarterback is, because if you've got corners that can't stay on receivers, NFL quarterbacks will make throws. Eventually, they will make throws, and then you're gonna have a big problem. And like Leon said, those are 3 legit receivers that the Bears have.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna stay right there with big, just as far as turnovers and what the Chicago Bears have done to this point. They are second in the league in making things happen on the defensive side of the ball. They have only given up a couple of touchdowns through the air so far this season. They've picked off other quarterbacks a half dozen times. So they are making stuff happen. So it's very simple. Trevor, you cannot throw it to them. You cannot turn the ball over. You have one pick this past week. Might have been looking for Brian Thomas a little too much, just kind of forced it. It was we all agree he basically missed the guy who just basically covered up underneath, and the safety was able to go over there and make that INT. But you can't.
Otherwise, it's probably a touchdown.
It looked beautiful, but still, it was with 3 defenders around Brian Thomas, and Kirk was open. There's a lot of them that would have, could have been, but you got to be smart with the football.
You know what that was?
And that's what the Bears will do.
Think about this. Yeah. This is what that was. Remember in camp when twice in a row he missed the undercoverage? Mm-hmm. Dewey got him, and then I don't know who the other guy got him.
Yeah.
The same play.
Yeah.
Same play.
And Dewey's smart that way. And so he's got to make sure. And this Chicago secondary, really good. They've picked off 6 balls. They've only given up 2 touchdowns. They keep their passer on the other side below 70 in a passer rating. So that's pretty damn good. Just don't turn the ball over when it comes to that.
All right, my number 3 is unwarranted risk.
Okay.
Hey, Dougie Fresh. No, he's not fresh. Hey, Dougie, take the points, okay? Kick field goals.
Mm-hmm. Again, another mental thing.
Ice cream man.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not
take
bad.
The points.
Yeah.
Don't be going forward on 4th and 2, and we're at our 30. Some craziness like that. You know, just take the points. When the Colts go down and go 7 for 7, 75 yards to score a touchdown, and you go down, and you go for a 4th and 2, and you're on 4, not very smart. Take the field goal.
Yeah, I like that. Yep.
So I love the fact that your 3 are all mental related.
Yes.
Has nothing to do with physical, nothing to do with any kind of blocking or anything like that. Just mentally be ready for the game.
Absolutely.
Wow. These are professionals we're talking about right now.
I know it. They are. I know. Trust me.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm. My 3rd is get Tank Bigsby the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I'd ever say this at this point, but
no. But how you will blow it? This is where we're at. How you will blow it?
Right, by not getting him the ball. That's what I'm saying.
All right. I'm just when you flipped it and said just give him the ball. I'm like, wait a minute.
So it's 3rd and short. Just give him the ball. If it's 4th and goal, to half foot, give him the ball.
Yeah.
Or you can try and sneak it. Or you can go shotgun in 10 personnel. Whatever. Do that, and then that's failure, okay?
Yeah.
How about that? Don't go shotgun 4th down in 10 personnel when you got a half yard. How about that?
Yeah. Those are all good.
3rd and 4th and short, do not go shotgun and try and throw the ball.
Yeah. All right. DeAndre Swift is another one that you got to account for. He had over 73 yards he had 73 yards on the ground and a score, 47 receiving yards. So we're talking basically 120. Make sure you account for him. Otherwise, he's going to be able to get you through the air or on the ground. So ways you can show it, ways you can blow it. Let us know which ones you're looking at as well. 641-1010. We have had plenty that have jumped in, so we'll get to those coming up. And we got to do a high school hit because we've got a lot of games that are just all over the map due to Hurricane Milton and the effects as far as the schedule goes. So we'll hook up with our man Justin Barney coming up here in just a few, but keep it going when we're talking Jaguars and Bears on a Florida Home AC Friday. And then we'll also work our college big ball games in. Tonight, tomorrow, we're talking huge stakes in the college football world.
It's football all day on Pregame Friday.
Little pigskin, why not?
Get the news, notes, and inside stuff you need to get ready for game day.
It's fantastic.
Pre-Game Friday
Is brought to you by Dream Finders Homes and MyBookie on 1010XL.
Looking for a new vehicle? Take a look at Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville. Now's the time to save big. Choose from more than 250 new and over 1,000 used and certified pre-owned vehicles on the lot, or shop anytime at JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com. Hyundai has one of the top warranties in the business. Lifetime, powertrain, and 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, plus 3 years free maintenance on a new vehicle. Give them the chance to earn your business today on Atlantic Boulevard or at JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Need to enhance your home's curb appeal? Stonecore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Replacing with new stone pavers will transform your driveway into a stunning work of art. Say goodbye to unsightly concrete and hello to beautiful, durable pavers that last for years. Visit Stonecore today and let's beautify your home together. Stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
Hey there, all you sports dads rocking the best dad bod possible. We love seeing you eat tacos by the handful, and we love it when you bring your kids here too. For years, Lucy claimed that her favorite thing on the menu was sopapillas, with a big scoop of ice cream. I know that's not a taco, but that never stopped her. I was shooting for Dad of the Year anyway, so I just let it happen. Taco Lou's a great place to bring the family. There's something for everyone, as long as it starts with a taco. And a margarita for mom is always a good thing. At Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
Find your why with membership at the First Coast YMCA. The Y has something for everyone at any age. Come try free access to your local Y every Wellness Wednesday this month. Check out our fitness classes, swimming, pickleball, youth sports, and so much more for free every Wednesday in October. Plus, we'll waive the join fee when you become a member this month. Get active, be social, live healthier, and discover all the benefits of YMCA membership at your local Y or visit fcymca.org.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 11th, 1927, New York Yankees first baseman Lou Gehrig is named American League MVP, hitting 47 home runs and batted in 175 runs that season.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe. I want to talk to you about picking the right battles to fight in this life. Every day, we have opportunities to get upset and angry. But I want you to realize that sometimes you have to ignore in this life so that you can soar into the kingdom of heaven. My encouragement, friends, to you is to pick the right battles to fight. Fight only battles that help you draw closer to God, because you have to ignore so that you can soar.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband and wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Go to WM.com/Duval.
3D Digital has you covered for any of your business's digital marketing needs. From producing award-winning videos to getting those digital ads to follow your customers around the internet, our team has your back. Visit 3ddigital.com or give us a call at 904-712-4004 to schedule a free consultation today. 904-712-4004.
When it comes to selling your home, it can be stressful. Take the stress out with my friends, Chad and Sandy Newman. Maybe you're worried you won't sell your home for the price you need. How's this for a guarantee? Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they'll buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Mortgage rates are down, creating more active buyers and sellers. And if you've been waiting, now is a great time to sell your home. Take Kim in Palm Coast. I needed to move closer to family ASAP, but I had to sell my Palm Coast home first. I tried and failed with another agent. So my family said, you got to call Chad and Sandy. Well, sure enough, as promised, Chad and Sandy did it. They sold my home in 3 days, above asking price. Call the local Jacksonville experts I trust and recommend. Call Chad and Sandy today at 904-414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
guys don't suffer through this season with prostate, bladder, or kidney issues. Ackerman Urology has 4 convenient locations with advanced urological care to improve your health and vitality. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Fall in Florida. The leaves may not be coming down,
but the prices are at Beard's Diamonds.
It's the buy one, get one on wedding band sale.
All stackables, all right-hand rings, all eternity bands, and more are buy one, get one free.
At the St. John's Town Center or beardsdiamonds.com.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
An area where the Jaguars' offense can take advantage of Chicago is the run defense. The Bears are giving up an average of 5 yards per carry to running backs. Jags running back Travis Etienne Jr. on the impact of the 1-2 punch with Tank Bigsby.
Honestly, it's been very important. I feel like that's been a bright spot for the team week in and week out, just to go out there and have 2 guys. Whenever the second guy comes in, there's no drop-off. We're both great, so we both have different styles of running, so we complement each other, and I really love what Tank's been doing out there.
Jaguars, Bears. Kickoff Sunday morning from London at 9:30. I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
We've definitely been getting some good rock and roll thrown RJ, the DJ's way. 641-1010 puts you in a good mood, especially coming out of the storm. So we're enjoying it. A Friday afternoon. We're going to do a high school hit with our man Justin Barney coming up here in just a second. Joe C., Matt Hayes, big Leon Searcy, and RJ. And you guys have been jumping in as far as what it's going to take, how you can show it, how you can blow it. And many have pointed out when Caleb gets pressure, he makes mistakes. And Chicago gives up an average 120 in the run game. These are all coming off the text line or off the chat. Another one, start fast, punch them in the mouth. Show them who's going to control the football game. I do love the other one that said, most talented roster we've ever had, and we're underdogs to the Bears. Another, guys, unfortunately, we'll be talking about that offensive line next week because of the pressure that the Bears' defensive line brings. That's something that you've mentioned.
Why you got to throw Mojo like that on that, man?
I know. I'm just saying, we got it. We said you can show it or you can blow it. This offensive line needs to answer the bell against those.
Well, listen, I'm taking our line.
Yeah.
I'm only see a miniature size of. They better not make me look bad, but I'm taking them.
Good.
I'm taking it with the shutout.
Yeah, that front, they got to handle it, and they are communicating, playing a little bit better, so we'll see how it goes. All right, how can they blow it? How can they show it? You guys can keep it going with that 641-1010, but right now.
Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. Let's hit the high school football scene on XL Primetime. Brought to you by Gatorade Water. All-day hydration for today's top athletes. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie.
Our buddy Justin Barney joins us now. We've been doing our high school hit, giving everybody an idea of what's coming up each week, but this one is so confusing, so we had to get Jay Barn, and we're going to hopefully lean on our man from Channel 4 as we get closer and closer to the postseason from time to time. Jay Barn, how you doing, buddy?
Not too bad, guys. Thanks for having me. A weird and wild 2-week stretch in the area.
I think more than anything else, I hate it, the fact that these guys that play so hard and look forward to 10 opportunities during the regular season to enjoy some ball and weather just whacks them. It absolutely stinks. But give us an idea real quick, if you can, where we are, because I'm looking at you. You can go to @JustinBarneyTV on X, and you can see his updates. But I'm telling you, we got a lot coming up on Monday, correct?
Yeah, a lot of moving parts. We still have a smattering of games in the area tonight. A lot of them actually a little bit more regional than they are local. We have Baker County Swanee is a good one. That is a nice area district game, but it's in Live Oak. Ridgeview at Columbia, another somewhat area district game, but a lot of games tonight have been pushed to Monday night. Game tomorrow, Christchurch at Providence. That's a nice smaller school matchup. But a heavy night of Monday Night Football for the second time in 3 weeks due to Hurricane Helene a couple weeks ago, and then now due to Hurricane Milton. A lot of activity on Monday, and just been a kind of a wonky stretch due to hurricanes. Teams having to play 2 games in a span of 5 days. A lot of the teams have. But a big night of Monday Night Football, 14 games, and potentially growing heading our way on Monday night.
So if you hit the high notes here, Justin, the ones like Reigns as an example, they're not going to be able to get that game in. Will they be able to get to 10 games, or they're just going to have to live with the idea that they had a good matchup against Madison County and it's been canceled?
Yeah, I texted Donovan Masley yesterday, and I do not think they're going to be able to get that one in. You know, you're coming off of a Northwest Classic game last week, and then you go right into a game where you think you're going to get a Madison County game, but that one is scrubbed off the books. And, you know, the chance of Reigns playing Monday when you've got a Madison County potentially at Boot Hill, and then, oh, by the way, on Friday of next week, you got a game that you got to go to Creekside. So I think for a Reigns example, they would have loved to get that Madison County game. Boot Hill is one of the best places to play in the state of Florida in terms of the experience out there. Madison County, a darn good football program. But I think if you look at a Reigns situation where you've got state championship type expectations and potentially the team to do it, you kind of just say, hey, it was a great game, we couldn't make it happen, and you start turning the attention to Creekside. But still some very, very good games on Monday. Oakleaf at First Coast, Middleburg, undefeated Middleburg, 6-0 going to Ponte Vedra. Menendez has a chance to wrap up a district championship on the road at Bishop Kenny. Creekside going to Atlantic Coast. Clay at St. Augustine. A big one, Beachside, 5-1. They're going to Fleming Island. And then a big headliner on Monday, Bartram Trail headed over to number 2 Nice. So a lot of good Monday night games. And then they're going to follow that with a full slate of games on Friday. So wonky week 8/week 9.
Hey, Justin, our coach, Campo, likes to go around every week and find a good game. If people are out there looking for a good game, what's the game like to see the best player? Like, in your opinion, the best player in the area, what's the best game to go see?
A couple jump to mind. I like the Bartram-Nice game. Colin Drafts at Nice has done a phenomenal job of getting that team going. They've got an excellent receiver in Maddox Spencer. Very good defense. Joe Miracle III leads that defensive unit. Bartram Trail, of course. They've got perhaps the area's best running back on Arthur Lewis IV. And if you want to go down to St. Augustine, you get a look at a future college football quarterback in Lachlan Hewlett, and then his big-time receiver, Carl Jenkins Jr., and underclassman, Samorian Wingo. So I think a lot of those good games next Monday night in terms of the best players reside in that St. Johns County market.
Okay, so the bulk of them Monday night, bulk of them are 6 or 6:30 kicks, correct?
Sure, yeah, and we've got a 4:30 at Duval Charter. We've got a 5 at Paxson, but a lot of 6:30 games on Monday night. Yeah, kind of a wonky Monday, but yeah, they range from 4:30 all the way to 6:30.
All right, brother, man, we appreciate it. So we're going to tell them at Justin Barney TV. They can definitely keep track of him on X. You can go to newsforjacks.com/sports, and you can see the schedule that Jay Barn has put together. But you guys will be all over it. Obviously, Friday Night Lights will be rolling right here on 1010 XL 92.5 FM. But we're hoping we can get back to a regular schedule and start pointing towards the playoffs.
I would love to see it. And one thing good that Georgia just did was, as a result of Hurricane Helene, was bake in an extra playoff week due to weather, and I think we're going to see that at the high school level here in Florida as early as next season. You have so many hurricanes and weather cancellations and delays that it really kind of puts the onus on the teams to really cram games in when you shouldn't have to. So would love to see Florida follow what Georgia just did in the last 2 weeks.
Good suggestion. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care, guys. Thanks for having me.
The XL Primetime High School Hit. Brought to you by I9 Sports. Log on to i9sports.com and get your kid in the game.
Thanks to I9 Sports. They definitely have registration coming up for winter and spring, so you definitely want to check on that and make sure you get your kids going ages 3 to 17 all over the First Coast. We're talking Duval, Clay, and St. John's. And as we said, Gatorade Water, we say thanks to them. You can find them at your local Winn-Dixie. But Clay and St. Augustine, Beachside and Fleming, Bartram and Nice, there's a lot of good ones. We will see ultimately how it plays out. Riverside and Inglewood, plenty of games. If you can get out there, especially on a Monday, that isn't your ordinarily kick time. Duval Charter, he said, was what, 4:30 in the afternoon. Have you talked to Brother Bees, Killer Bees? Look, they're learning as they go.
Not happy.
But it's funny because we got plenty of former Jags that are either assistant coaches, head coaches. Mo Williams over at Providence. Heck, Mark Brunell was running Episcopal for a while, and then he ended up jumping up to Detroit as the quarterback's coach. So they're all over the place. So it is good to see, and hopefully we will be able to get as many of these games in as possible. I totally agree with what Justin's saying, is that weather has just kicked their tail, which absolutely sucks. All right, let's set up. We mentioned the games that we will have tonight, and then a bunch of them will be on Monday. Tonight, a couple of big college games, and then we go into Saturday slate. People are soaking up this weekend as maybe one of the best sports weekends of the year when you consider the NL Division Series is still going right now. The Dodgers trying to avoid elimination against San Diego. They got the Game 5, take it all. Last night, you had the Yankees ultimately eliminate the Royals. You got the Mets waiting. There's a lot of good stuff that's going on right now. Tigers definitely right down to the wire with the Guardians. Guardians win it. And then you got all that college ball tomorrow and all that NFL on Sunday.
Leon and I are watching TV right now, and Marty Smith's live from the Texas, Oklahoma, from the Texas State Fair.
Oh, yeah.
And there's little kids walking around. Not in school.
Right.
At the Texas State Fair.
Of course not.
Kidding me? There's priorities, okay?
Yes.
There's priorities, baby.
You get those youngsters to the state fair and you let them just do whatever you can to eat as much sugar, be it a funnel cake, cotton candy.
Fried butter.
Yeah, whatever it might be. Fried Snickers. And you forget about school this week.
Listen, I'm all over that turkey drumstick. I'm telling you that right now, bro. You saw that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm all over that.
Yeah. I don't know what they do with that turkey drumstick. It is kind of scary. Because it looks like it's been like cootered. It doesn't look like it's 100% cooked.
Let me tell you something.
But it's done.
You haven't eaten until you've had at the Texas State Fair chicken fried bacon. You have not eaten until you've had that. Trust me.
That sounds so good.
It's phenomenal. Not only that, the fried butter. It tastes like a donut. Like
right.
A
You
donut
think to yourself, it's impossible. It had to just like dissolve.
It's like a donut hole. All it is.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Listen, There's never been bad state fair food. I don't think that anyone has ever had.
Yeah, your cholesterol level is off the charts.
Just for a day, sir. It's just for a day, man.
Yeah, that's all it takes. One day.
So that game at the state fair, there is, let's see if I can pull this up.
I mean, there's so many. Ole Miss at LSU is going to be a phenomenal game. Of course, you've got Florida rolling into Knoxville, playing Tennessee. You got Oregon, Ohio State. I mean, they're all. You got K-State at Colorado at 10:15 Saturday night, which is going to be a great game.
It really will.
Yes. Yeah.
And Kansas State needs to worry just a little bit because Shador got better protection that last go around.
By the way, they've both had 2 weeks to prepare for this game.
Yeah. And South Carolina getting 21 from Alabama.
That's a dangerous game for Alabama, man.
It really is.
Because Lenore Sellers will do exactly what Diego did. They'll run zone read on them until they figure it out. Thank you.
Yeah.
Until they figure it out.
It really, there's a lot on the line. Ole Miss has got to prove that they can win a football game when it matters to stay alive in the college football playoff. They're better than a field goal favorite against LSU.
Yeah. What about Vandy, Kentucky?
Vandy's catching.
Fun.
Bro, that's
a fun game.
Who would have thought at the beginning of the season that Vandy and Kentucky would be an entertaining game? Until now.
That is where we are. Let's get into them coming up. It is XL Primetime, Florida Home AC Friday. Definitely lots of college ball. Which one are you zeroed in on? And we'll also get back to how can you show it? How can you blow it? 3 ways to win, 3 ways to lose against the Chicago Bears, our XLP Big 3 on a Friday.
Game day hits the ground running early with news and notes, fun facts, and the names you need to know with a Terminix Kickoff Show.
Let's go!
5 hours before kickoff. Presented by Clearwater Irrigation and Gatorade on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you
at Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Mia here. Have you been betting and winning at MyBookie.com? If you haven't bet with MyBookie yet, they are still running the double deposit bonus. Just sign up with promo code 1010XL. We are on to week 6 in the NFL, a ton of college matchups that run through the weekend. Get some skin in the game on all of these elite matchups. You should certainly have your eye on that spread for Florida, Tennessee Saturday night. You know that we play the Bears Sunday on NFL over in London, and we're probably going to be a slight underdog here in Duval County. If you think the Jags can win in London, bet it. The Surging Commanders, meanwhile, play the Ravens in a DMV battle. The Cowboys play the Lions. And for Sunday Night Football, Bengals traveling to New York to play the Giants. For a limited time, MyBookie still has that double deposit bonus. Use promo code 1010XL to claim a bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. Double your money with promo code 1010XL before you even place a bet. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers.
Roof damage? Call before you claim. Green Law Group, fighting insurance companies for you. They will work for you when you have roof damage. Don't let your insurance deny you. Don't call an adjuster. Call Green Law Group at 904-302-7055. Remember, if you have roof damage, call Green Law Group before you claim. They've settled millions and will work hard to get your claim and new roof. Green Law Group. Call before you claim. 904-302-7055.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
16 years serving great craft beer in Jacksonville is saying something, and that's worth a round of applause. And Bold City Brewery is celebrating. Duval's oldest brewery is set up for a big party October 12th, and you don't want to miss it. Live music all day, great food, giveaways, and growlers galore. In fact, Bold City Brewery will be giving away free pints, and someone's going to win free growler fills for a year. It's all at Bold City Brewery, Roselle Street in Riverside. Check out all the details at boldcitybrewery.com.
Every Friday night in every town in America, communities come together for a time-honored tradition.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Friday Night Lights.
Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
This is Hayden Hurst, NFL tight end. I just wanted to say how grateful I am for Dr. Lip and Active Health in Jacksonville. Wasn't sure where my career was going to go this offseason. Had a lot of issues with my back and right hip. Thought about hanging it up, but thanks to those guys, everybody at Active Health, they got me back to where I needed to be. So thankful for the Bulls Pipeline connection. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can't wait to see where this year takes me out in LA.
Active Health Jacks can help you too. Give them a call today at 904-296-0202 or go online activehealthjacks.com.
Are you an experienced plumber or welder with MedGas certification and you're tired of being undervalued? It's time to make the move to Local 234 Plumbers, Pipe Fitters, and HVAC Technicians. With the best pay in the business, you'll earn $36.50 an hour with benefits that's almost $50. It's not just a job, it's a career that values you. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barra here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barra Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to BarriorOrthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barra Orthopedics.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
This right here is as good as it gets. This is life getting lived without obligations or complications. This is filling your cup and savoring the moment. This is the gift of presence, served to you in a place where there's room for everyone and enough to go around. And the best part, it's always Sonny's here. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update, brought to you by First Coast Honda Dealers. Hurricane Milton forced many local high school football games to be rescheduled for Monday, including Bartram Trail at Nice, Creekside at Atlantic Coast, and Bishop Kenny will host Menendez, all at 6:30. You can hear the Bishop Kenny Crusaders take on Menendez Monday night on 1010XL. On a bye week this week, FSU hopes to regroup and readjust after their 1-5 start to the season. With injuries being one of the Noles' issues, Coach Mike Norvell spoke to the media on linebacker DJ Lundy having a season-ending injury this week and what he's looking to see out of the young guys given the opportunity to step up.
I mean, are you going to be able to go out there and execute and be consistent? You know, everything we do, whether it's offense or defense, if you have one guy operating different, it can cost everybody. And so you're just building that consistency is what I'm looking for. And yes, the competition, the response. You know, when something goes good for them, how do they carry that to the next play? And if something goes bad, I mean, how do they respond to it in the moment?
It's 77 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
Having a good time on a Friday as we are rocking towards the weekend. Big ball games. We're going to stay in the college football world and look at all the big ones that are coming up and maybe one of the bigger Saturdays that we've seen. Now, we saw a bunch of surprises this past week. 5 of the top 25 went down. That includes 4 of the top 11. You've got Big Ten teams that have moved up, SEC teams that have moved back, Volunteers suffering their first loss of the year, but they got a get well wish. They got the Gators coming to Rocky Top up in Knoxville, and they think they're going to put a number on them as they are a better than 2 touchdown pick. I am loving it off the text line.
I'm laying that.
Yeah, are you? No
yeah,
problem?
15.5.
Okay.
That's you got a team that's like annoyed, embarrassed,
True.
at home.
Yeah.
Against
True.
a rival that they almost fought last year.
But it gets in their head a little bit.
I agree with you, but that's
more than moonshine. It gets in their head a little bit.
I'm telling you, man. I don't know how it's not going to be a rout, and I mean a rout too.
Okay, all right. I think some Gator fans are rooting for that, others are not.
What's he saying, Joe? Y'all not gonna fight? You saying they're gonna blow them out by 30?
I mean, they almost fight last year. You know that. You remember that, right?
That's healthy.
No, I'm not saying it's not. All I'm saying is they remember that. They remember the way it happened last year and the way they lost last year. And they're coming off a just gut punch of a loss against Arkansas, where their quarterback ran out of bounds with the ball, despite what the play-by-play guy from Arkansas said. Mm-hmm. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. and
he says, he throws in the end zone, it's incomplete, Arkansas wins. He never threw it.
Yeah. He was out of bounds. Yeah. So they got to fix a few things, and they ended up not scoring when they were in the red zone. They didn't score touchdowns, so that's a little bit of a concern. All right, so let's stay in college. Let's get to some of these big ball games because they are all over the place. I do love one of our texters. It's so funny, man. It's so funny. I listen to you guys, and you never even mention Georgia all week. You never mention them, and I don't blame you. Well,
that's all we do is mention Georgia.
Yeah, we talk about Georgia a lot, man. My goodness. We take a look at them. We take a look at all the big ball games that are out there. And we mentioned Alabama after losing to Vanderbilt a week after beating Georgia, and they could have had everything in front of them. They soared to that number 1 spot, and now they're licking their wounds, and they've got, I don't know, a little bit of a difficult problem to solve. South Carolina, they're laying 21, according to the odds makers, to the Gamecocks. Do they struggle? You said it could be interesting. 21.
Oh, my
21.
I'll take those points.
You'll grab those points?
Yes.
Now, these are not our official picks. I thought about sliding a couple of these in to our official picks, but I'm not including them just yet. But Georgia took care of business this past week. We gave them all sorts of love.
Not only that, I believe all three of us still believe that Georgia's the best team in the country and will win it all, right?
I still put Texas up there.
Leon?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, right, the Canes. Other than the Canes, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
No, I still put Texas up there. I want to see what these two teams do once they get together. But look, we have got so many great ones. By the way, 10 years ago, one of the biggest games that we will see this weekend, 10 years ago, was for a natty when Ohio State and Oregon played each other in the very first college football playoff final back in 2014. And 12 gauge, shotgun, Cardell Jones. They had to go to their third quarterback.
Herb got it done, baby.
And they got it done. They beat Alabama, upset them in the semifinal, and then Oregon upset. That was an upset over Florida State because that was when Dalvin Cook coughed it up a couple times. Jameis, remember him falling backwards? They just absolutely crushed him. And so Oregon and Ohio State. You want to go back to that time? With Cardell, I got to give it to you here. You go back to that national championship run. They finished off Michigan, then beat Wisconsin 59-0 for the Big Ten championship, got into the inaugural 14 playoff, stunned Alabama, and when it was all said and done, Cardell Jones, 12 gauge, he had thrown for 742 yards and ran for another 90, totaling 6 touchdowns over a 3-game stretch.
He was
unreal.
He was picked by the Bills literally for that 3-game stretch.
Yeah. It was unreal.
Because the next year he was terrible.
Yeah, he didn't do a hell of a lot after that. But you've got that one. We're talking about a massive game. Early lean, that will be one of our picks. Early lean, Ohio State, Oregon.
I'm going with the Ducks.
Okay, you do like them.
I like the Ducks.
I was just asking for an early lean. You didn't have to give it away.
Coming right out, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
You didn't have to give it away if you didn't want to.
No, I did.
Okay.
Hey, Dan, what's his name?
Dylan Gabriel?
No, Dan.
Dan Lanning?
Dan Lanning. Yeah.
Okay. You're a man in the Lanning.
Man in the Lanning.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, speaking of Dan Lanning, they got to plant a flag in a big game, man.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to plant a flag in a big game. They've got to say, we can play defense in a big game.
True.
So let's see it. I want to see if they can play a little D at home against a very talented offense.
And if I'm not mistaken, the last time they played, it was a Mario Cristobal-led team.
Yes, it was. In Columbus.
They came in Columbus and gave them the smackdown.
Kicked their ass.
Yes.
They did, yeah.
Yes.
All right, I tell you what, let's just go ahead and fire up the music. Let's just go ahead and get these picks in because Big Searcy has started us off. So last week, we had Matt keeping track. He had the record books this past week. And Coach Campo went 2-4. Coach Campo went 2.
Wait, before we go further, this is like Judge Joe, same thing. I didn't keep track of it. I wrote down what everyone said and then texted it to everyone, correct?
I'm just trying to give you credit.
All right.
You did.
All right.
I have it in my text. Yes.
All right.
I'm just trying to give you
now
credit.
Continue, Judge Joe.
I'm just trying to give you credit for doing such a good job. Coach went 2-4.
We all know about your math. Keep going.
Coach went 2-4, so he is now 20-16. Leon catching up to Coach. He went 4-2. So he flipped Coach. 2-game improvement. He is now 19-17. I went the same as Coach, 2-4. So I'm kind of dragging along right now. Oppo Joe, Bizarro Joe, none of them are working. 16-20. And Matt went 4-2. So he is starting to close the gap.
Starting to climb back.
13-23 right now.
I got a long way to go.
So, but still what? You're closing the
After
gap.
like back-to-back 1-5s, it's not good.
Absolutely closing the gap. All right, so let's get to these games. Coach is still on top. I have Coach's picks. I'm going to rattle those off as we go along. The first game is Texas at Oklahoma. And right now, we are looking at a 14.5-point line. Oklahoma catching 14.5 in the Red River Shootout. Coach is going with Oklahoma. Big Searcy.
Wow. I'm going Texas. I got Texas in this game.
All right, you're going to go Longhorns?
Yes, Longhorns.
All right, I feel the same way. Brent Venables has had a little bit of time, but so has Sark, and they don't want to have any hiccups. I'm going to go ahead and lay those points. Matty, where are you going?
Really? You're laying the points?
Yep.
Wow. All right. I love Oklahoma's defense. Absolutely love it. That's a lot of points in that rivalry game.
It really is.
A lot of points. Plus, I think Michael Hawkins is starting to feel himself a little bit. I'm going to take Boomer. I'll take the points and Boomer sooner.
All right. I think the thing that gets me more than anything else when I take a look at this game is just how few passes this young man has thrown. And I think 7 of the 10 completions were screen passes this past game that we saw him against Auburn. So we'll find out whether he can get the job done or not. All right, the next game, we have got the big ball game. Ohio State laying 3 against Oregon up at Outson Stadium, Eugene, in the Great Northwest. And we already know where you're going, Leon. I'm just going to tell you that Coach is going in the same direction that you were going. He has taken Oregon.
What's the line again?
3.
Taking Oregon, huh?
Which way you going? I want to know why.
I'm taking the Ducks.
Okay, I want to know why.
I wish I had a good reason. I think the home field advantage. Home field advantage. I think they're going to play well at home. Even though they have over the last couple of weeks, they haven't looked that impressive.
No, they haven't.
But I mean, this week against Ohio State team, you're talking about a clash of a top 5 battle.
They've been setting us up the whole time.
Yeah, I think they're going to play well against Ohio State.
Well, they definitely have changed their fortunes a little bit of late. But those red zone touchdowns, as much as I love Dylan Gabriel, they definitely were a concern. So I'm going to take Ohio State and lay those points. All right, Matty, where are you going?
I cannot get Oregon the last 2 games out of my head.
Okay.
The way they've played. So I think Ohio State's going to go in there and rout them, actually. I mean, I'll absolutely lay those points.
Okay. All right. That's a little bit bigger than I thought. I think it's going to be a close ball game, but Dylan Gabriel's got to make sure he cleans things up, and they can't stop the run. At least Oregon right now has not done such a good job stopping the run. They got Quinshon and Travion to deal with. Last one we have on our docket, Ole Miss, a very important ball game for the Lane Train. 3.5 points they're giving up to LSU.
Late night, Death Valley. Those them Cajuns going to be ready.
I will tell you real quick, Coach is taking a guy that he loves.
Oh, he took it,
Brian Kelly.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, this is tough. I love Lane Kiffin, y'all future head coach.
It's hotty toddy sip, my future head coach.
I'm going LSU.
Okay. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit.
It's only 3, not 3.5, right?
It is 3.5. It's 3.5.
Who you got?
I am going to take LSU. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
Problem is Death Valley at night's worth probably like 6 or 7 points. That's where I'm a little uneasy about this pick. I really want to pick Ole Miss. I really, really want to pick them. Shoot.
Anytime.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Rebs. I am going to pick the Rebs.
Okay,
Yep.
I did not expect it to be a sweep, and so I wanted to go Ole Miss as well, but I am looking at that atmosphere, and this will be the best offense that Ole Miss has faced to this point. And Jackson Dart was right at 50% this past week. He'll be more than 50% because he's going to be facing a far less talented defense. But Nussmeier's slinging it around. He's throwing for some good yardage.
LSU hasn't stopped anyone this year.
No.
That's the problem I have with that one.
I thought they revamped their defense. Didn't they bring in a new coordinator?
Yeah, they still haven't stopped teams that count.
Yeah,
you saw the USC game.
I saw it, yeah.
All right, I'm probably going to regret that one, but I went ahead and went that way.
Well, who'd you go with?
LSU.
All right.
Brother Big Vic next door, but
he's not going to let you go anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly. We will have a bourbon with that one.
I'm a flip. I'm going Lane.
Okay, I almost.
Did I talk you into that?
Yes, bro.
I almost.
Don't listen to me, man.
I'm going Lane. I'm going Lane train.
I almost flipped, and I said that's against the rules, but Leon did it, so I'm going to allow it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get quickly. Detroit at Dallas. NFL games, 3.5-point line. The Detroit Lions are laying that number Sunday as they travel to Dallas. All right, let me see if I can pull up, Coach. I just want to make sure I got my numbers right. when it comes to this game, because this is a big one, 3 points is what it is. 3 points, so not 3.5. I got to let Coach know that, make sure he's good to go. I'm sure he'll still take the Dallas Cowboys, which is who he took. All right?
Man, Detroit's offensive line is going to pummel Dallas defense.
Right?
They're going to pummel them. Detroit, I'm taking Detroit.
All right.
Dallas can't stop their run.
I'm taking Honolulu Blue. You know it.
Sunday in Dallas, though. Who's Coach taking? Well, he's taking Dallas, of
course.
No. He took Detroit.
He did?
Yeah, he took Detroit. He's got his picks right there.
I'm taking the Cowboys.
Taking Dallas. All right.
I'm a game one on y'all.
All right. I love it. All right, so let's get real quick to Washington. The Commanders are at Baltimore. The Ravens are giving up 6.5 in this game.
Listen, I already told you. Jaden Daniels goes into Baltimore, puts up 350, 4 touchdowns. He's going to be he's going to be my front runner for MVP. I'm going to go to the Commanders.
Oh, you are taking Washington. All right, Coach is taking Washington as well. I'm a little surprised by both of them. I'm going to go ahead and take this is going to be such a tough game, but I'm going to take Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, the Commanders have beaten the Browns, the Cardinals, the Bengals, and the Giants. I don't know what the combined total of those, but I'm going to tell you right now, suck is the combined total, okay? And the one game of significance they played against the Bucs, they lost by 17.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Ravens.
All right, you going Ravens?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's get to the last one here real quick. Green Bay. And let me put Baltimore down for you. We've got Green Bay hosting the Arizona Cardinals, a 5-point line. And Coach took Green Bay. What say you, sirs?
Cardinals.
Are you going Arizona?
Wow. No. In Green Bay.
Oh, it's in Arizona, right?
Arizona or Green Bay?
No, it's in Green Bay.
Oh, Green Bay.
All right, now hang on. Now.
I thought you said Arizona. I swear I thought you said Arizona.
Arizona's catching 5 on the road.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Green Bay.
I'm going Green Bay.
Coach went Green Bay. You went Green. You went Green. I'm going to take Arizona. I'm just going to keep it where I got it. I'm taking Arizona. Who are you taking?
I hate this because that's a lot of points.
Back-to-back road games.
I know, but that's a lot of points, man. It's a lot of points. I'll take the Packers, but that's a lot of points.
All right, you're taking Green Bay.
In the NFL, that's, my gosh.
All right, those picks are in. We will post them on socials. You guys keep track of it. Tell us which of us are losers. You can hit the text line 641-1010.
Every NFL Sunday starts with a kickoff.
All you got to do is put your foot right through the ball.
After the game, we'll crown the special teams player of the game.
He is a difference maker now.
Brought to you by Crown Royal.
This is the last play of the game.
On 1010XL.
Looking for a new vehicle? Take a look at Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville. Now's the time to save big. Choose from more than 250 new and over 1,000 used and certified pre-owned vehicles on the lot, or shop anytime at JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com. Hyundai has one of the top warranties in the business. Lifetime, powertrain, and 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, plus 3 years free maintenance on a new vehicle. Give them the chance to earn your business today on Atlantic Boulevard or at JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com.
I'm Chris Campione. In a world of big box law firms with satellite offices, there's something special about having a local legal team that cares about you and your community. We're not just lawyers, we're your neighbors. We understand the unique challenges facing the Jacksonville community because we live here too. At Campione Law, Campione Cares isn't just a tagline, it's our commitment to you. Campione Law, your trusted lawyers after an accident. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
Hey there, all you sports dads rocking the best dad bod possible. We love seeing you eat tacos by the handful, and we love it when you bring your kids here too. For years, Lucy claimed that her favorite thing on the menu was sopapillas, with a big scoop of ice cream. I know that's not a taco, but that never stopped her. I was shooting for Dad of the Year anyway, so I just let it happen. Taco-Lu's a great place to bring the family. There's something for everyone, as long as it starts with a taco. And a margarita for mom is always a good thing. At Taco Lu in Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Denny Thompson here. They're still growing. Tyson Sound and Security is looking to hire a master electrician. Are you or someone you know a master electrician with residential experience? Candidate will start at the industry's most competitive pay. Apply online at TysonSoundandSecurity.com or call to apply 762-1000. Tyson Sound and Security hiring a master electrician offering top-notch industry pay. Call to apply 762-1000. Equal opportunity employees.
Hunters Know Patience is part of the game.
Just got to keep hunting.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Waltz on the Nimnit Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a gravy taster from Jacksonville, Florida, me, Dennis Mosley.
Hi, Ken.
Okay, Dennis. 100 plumbers surveyed, top answer on the board. What does it mean if someone says your home has hard water?
It's made of ice? Let's see, hard water. Oh, is it club soda mixed 4-to-1 with vodka?
Last chance, Dennis. What is hard water?
Oh, is it that lime scale stuff that makes my taps all crusty?
That's right, Dennis. And a water treatment system from...
It's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Poker players, brace yourselves. The World Poker Tour storms into Best Bet Jacksonville October 31st to November 19th, and the forecast calls for massive prize pools. Event 1 has a cool $200,000 guarantee. Event 6, a downpour of $300,000. And the main event, a flood of a $1 million guarantee. WPT Championship satellites are already brewing. Don't get left high and dry. Head to bestbetjacks.com for details. That's bestbetjacks.com.
These are interesting economic times. That's why it's so important to have someone you can count on. That's ITP Partners. Jacksonville folks taking care of our Jacksonville money. Experience? You best believe you want to give your hard-earned money to folks you trust. Jeff Hartman, Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reagan Wright have the expertise and knowledge to help clients in their financial lives, focusing on investment management, financial planning, and risk management. ITP Partners. Financial partners for life. Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Hey, David again with Royal Pest Services. TAP Insulation stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Keep your home cool, noise out, and pests dead. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free inspection.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Here's a bold fact. Brought to you by Bold City Brewery, Duval's first craft brewery. Online at boldcitybrewery.com.
Well, they are fired up for their big anniversary party, which will take place tomorrow. And with the sun shining and the storm gone, you definitely want to head down to the production house right there on Roselle Street in Riverside as they celebrate 16 years. Duval's oldest brewery. Live music all day. Kicks off at noon, goes till 10 tomorrow night. And you'll be able to just enjoy everything. Universal Green performing, Eclipse Band, Firewater Tour, Revival, all performing. And you've got a chance to enter to win free pints or free growler fills for a year, plus plenty of other great stuff that they will be doing right there on Roselle. Log on boldcitybrewery.com. Now, I felt like making this just a straight-up bold fact, but I will ask this one question about Florida and Tennessee. But I got a kick out of this one. And let's make sure I have the proper credit given. And you go back over the history of this series. What is the What is the math in that one, Matty? Florida's won
17 of the last 19.
17 of the last 19. So Nick Delatorre put this out on X, which just cracked me up. He said, he wrote from someone on the Gators online message board, a 13-year-old UF fan has been alive for 11 victories over Tennessee. A 13-year-old Gator fan has seen 11 victories. A 68-year-old Tennessee fan has been alive for 10 victories over Florida. Isn't that something? That's crazy. Now, I know, Matt, I'm looking at him right now. I'll know who'll get it, but I'm just going to put it out there. That
13-year-old's about to endure a 4-touchdown
a butt whooping. A butt whooping. Last Tennessee quarterback to beat Florida outside of Knoxville.
Outside of Knoxville. So in Gainesville.
Yeah.
The last Tennessee quarterback to win in Gainesville.
I like phrasing it a different way just to make you think a little bit.
Right, but that's how you did the math the other day, too.
I did not.
So the last quarterback to win in Gainesville is what you're saying. It's Casey Clausen, right?
I'm just trying to put it out there just so you can. I love looking at him. He gets all fired up.
No, I'm not fired up. Like the way you massage your questions,
Yes, ring him up. I just wanted to bring it up just for a little piece of history to give you an idea of how long. Now, this game is going to be played on Rocky Top. But, yeah, that is the last. Give him the full on, RJ. Now, back-to-back years, they were able to win in 2003 and 2004, and there aren't enough of those in this series. You go back all the way to when they won the national championship in 1998. From that point on, Tennessee has never won back-to-back games against the Florida Gators except for those 2 years. And those were the Zucker years, 2003 and 2004. And he was the first one to do it on the road in the 21st century, and no one has done it since. And he won because he was leading the band. Remember?
Oh, I remember all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what's interesting, and we're going to get into this more on the college football show tonight, 6 o'clock on the AM and the FM, is this game is like we've heard nothing about this game. This giant rivalry, this bitter rivalry has just been pushed to the back.
Well,
because Florida's just not that good.
Exactly. You feel like it might have picked up a little head steam with the Tennessee loss and with the Gators win, and the fact that at the very least, if they were to go up there and be competitive on Rocky Top, that you might have a different opinion of the head coach. You might have a different feel for the rest of the season. But no, not that many people have that feeling. And you got to be careful with these types of games because Tennessee is hopping mad over losing their first game, and now they come back home and they got a chance to exercise a demon. They got to make sure they still protect Nico and make sure that they give him a chance to make throws. Brew and Squirrel both banged up from this past week against Arkansas. And you got a banged up Squirrel, you may not have every bit of your weaponry in that passing game, but they still will probably handle their business. But you never know how a team's going to react to a loss. You really don't.
Look, this is what I think. Why I think this game is so undervalued right now is because the 2 times Florida has showed up against 2 teams of significance, they've gotten annihilated.
Mm-hmm.
Annihilated.
Yeah.
The other games are just superfluous at this point because they don't mean anything. So now you're playing another team that means something, another game of significance. And I think that's why it is more than anything. Like, had Florida won one of those 2 games, had they somehow beaten Miami or Texas A&M, then I think this game was a little different.
Yeah.
But no, I think people are seeing this and saying they're going to get crushed.
Yeah, I like to think that we helped out in some capacity.
You did a little bit, actually a lot.
Did you help bring? You could take credit for helping bring Lane to Gainesville.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it, but yeah, I am.
I was just going to say, you may not like that in a couple years. But yeah.
Right.
One of the texters, Joe C., the Lane train is not coming to Gainesville. And look, I don't know what's going to happen, but this ball game that he's coaching in against LSU is one of the bigger ball games in his professional career. When you take a look back and you think of what he either has or hasn't done, and it's up for debate on whether or not he can get it done in these big ball games. But, yeah, there are a lot of Gator fans that are rooting against him right now and maybe even rooting against Billy right now just to get that outcome that they want. Get one guy further away from the college football playoff and get the other guy further away from Gainesville.
I mean, they beat LSU last year. Wasn't it a big game last year? With Jaden Daniels just crushing everyone he played?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it a big game last year?
That's true. I guess more than anything on the road, you'd have to think about a bigger matchup. And I'm not suggesting that he can't get the job done, but when you go back and you think about basically what they either have or haven't done, they've done more under Lane Kiffin than you'd have to go all the way back to David Cutcliffe, wouldn't you? No one else has done hardly anything.
Yeah, I mean, well, Hugh Freeze did a couple of years, obviously.
Yeah, he was able to beat Alabama.
In the middle of whatever else he was doing.
Yeah, he was loving it. He was loving life. But I guess I'm just trying to figure out.
Not the only thing he was loving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's his description of life. He was loving it. But sustaining it. And Cutcliffe got him to a 10-win season.
Yeah, Cut has been the most, I guess Cut was probably the most consistent of that group. Right.
And so you're just trying to figure out whether they're going to be able to take care of business. They've got, after losing to Arkansas, Georgia is coming up. They go on the road. They come to Gainesville. They got Mississippi State. We know that that's not necessarily a juggernaut, but just to find out whether or not they can win these big ball games. You've got them covering the 3.5 points. But we'll see. It's XL Primetime. We will keep it rolling. We'll get back to the Jags before we are done. As Matt mentioned, his college kickoff show, 6 o'clock tonight, right here on the Superstation, before we get ready for some Friday night football.
At Honda, we appreciate all the comparisons to other vehicles. And no matter how many times they compare their vehicles to a Honda, only a Honda is a Honda. Remember, value, quality, safety, there is no substitute. Visit your local Honda dealer now and experience the difference.
Everything about the game has changed, except for the most important thing. What you have inside. It is what drives the game. It refuses to be ignored. It sweats everything, turns an athlete into a legend. Gatorade, is it in you?
From Gatorade Zero to Gatorade Endurance Formula and Gator Light, there's something for every athlete. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Gatorade, official partner of the NFL.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this. Call State Farm agent Margie Williams in Jacksonville at 296-2500.
The coolers are full at your local Gate gas station, making it easy for you to cruise in and cruise out with little downtime. Ice cold Coronas, Natty Light, Stella Artois, and Michelob Ultra. And don't forget the king of beers, Cold Buds. Gate's got them in the cooler, waiting for you.
Pre-Game Friday is brought to you by MyBookie
and Dream Finders Homes
on 1010XL.
Jacksonville contractors and business owners. Do you need chain link fence, commercial steel, or rolling doors? Frank Frangie here. Coyle & Sons has been in business in Jacksonville since 1927. They've earned the reputation of quality and specialized skill. Coyle & Sons are the ones trusted in Jacksonville by the top contractors, and they can stand on their reputation when you need almost 100 years of commercial contractor experience. So contact Coyle & Sons today. That's 904-356-4821 or visit them at coiljacks.com.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 11, 1927, New York Yankees first baseman Lou Gehrig is named American League MVP, hitting 47 home runs and batted in 175 runs that season.
Our most popular meat combo is ready to grill this season.
pounds and pounds of marinated steak tips and chicken, fresh ground beef, and homemade sausage, just ask for the sampler combo.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. Have you been betting and winning at MyBookie.com? If you haven't bet with MyBookie yet, they are still running the double deposit bonus. Just sign up with promo code 1010XL. We are on to NFL Week 6. There are a ton of college matchups that run through the weekend as well. Get some skin in the game. You should certainly have your eye on that spread for Florida versus Tennessee on Saturday night. Then you know we play the Bears to kick off NFL Sunday morning. The Jaguars probably going to be a slight underdog. If you think the Jags can win in London, bet it. But then the surging Commanders play the Ravens, the Cowboys play the Lions, and then for Sunday Night Football, you have the Bengals traveling to New York to play the Giants. For a limited time, MyBookie still has that double deposit bonus. Use promo code 1010XL to claim a bonus. That doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. Double your money with 1010XL before you even place a bet. Bet on anything, anywhere, anytime, and make your season a winning season.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
At Hidden Hills Golf Club, we truly love the game of golf. We invite you to book your next tee time here and enjoy a golfing experience that you might not find at other public facilities. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com. You'll be glad you did.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. could be in for another big performance on Sunday against the Bears. The Chicago secondary is banged up, according to ESPN Bears reporter Courtney Cronin, who says that cornerback Tyreek Stevenson is doubtful with a calf injury. Cronin had a further injury report today on Helmets and Heels.
They're also going to be without safety Jaquan Brisker. On the back end, he's got a concussion, so he's actually back in the United States. They didn't travel him. So to cover the number one receiver on Jacksonville with, kind of a lot of moving parts on the back end of the defense, I think is going to be a challenge.
I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, my takeaway is just find a way to win. I don't care how pretty, ugly, I don't care. Just find a way to win the ball game. It'll feel so much better coming back to Jacksonville 3-4 than it would be at 1 and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You go 1 and whatever, we can start talking about the draft.
I don't want to.
I don't want to either.
And they were the last to get 1 on that side of the ledger.
That's my takeaway.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback on that takeaway because if you come back 1-6 or even 2-5, you got Green Bay here, Eagles on the road, Vikings here, Lions on the road, Texans here. Bro.
Oh yeah.
That's your schedule after going over to London, okay? That's why you have to come back with 2 dubs.
Yeah.
Because at the very least you get a little If you get 2 dubs, you get a little momentum. You start to feel better about yourself. You've won 3 in a row. Maybe you continue to block well. You start to pick it up defensively. Then you run into this string of games where you could easily lose all 5, but at least you have a little momentum, a little confidence in what you're doing. At the very least, you've got that. You come out 2-5 or 1-6, and oh my gosh,
well, you got 3, and
you might end up with the third number 1 overall pick in the last 5 years.
Yeah. Believe me, I don't go from 1 win to them picking number 1 just yet. I'm just waiting to see where they go. But yeah, it easily could go bad because the defense has done nothing really to this point to make you feel like they've got a good game plan to answer any bell. They don't. They finally created some pressure on a quarterback, and it did pay off. If they can do that again, then you're going to start to maybe see that side of the football help get you in the win column more often. So my takeaway is that pass rush has got to be there. That is the key right now. Offensive line has played better, so you can start to not take it for granted, but you can start to expect that from them. The pass rush hasn't shown up consistently enough. The secondary has been atrocious. And so just the idea that pass rush can help them some way, somehow, rattle Caleb Williams and do something to control this football game.
Yeah, and rush lanes too, bro.
Yeah.
Because if you do get pressure on him, if you're not in your rush lanes, he could easily take it 10, 15 to the house if he need be. Mm-hmm. And then him in the pocket, he's just as deadly outside the pocket as he inside the pocket. So you've got to be consistent with your rush lanes.
Yeah. And the difference between this past game is that Jacksonville was able to get to Flacco 4 times after being embarrassed. They finally were able to get to him. The strip sack before the half was a huge momentum builder for Jacksonville and a momentum killer for Indianapolis. Let's not forget, Gabe Davis had just coughed up the football after committing offensive pass interference. Remember that? And so they got the football, and they were about ready to turn it into points. And Jacksonville was able to put that strip sack together, and then they were able to get to him in the second half. The beautiful thing about the two differences, 0 hits on Trevor, and they got to Flacco 4 times. Caleb only went down once this past week, and this team's got to figure out a way. That offensive line for Chicago has been suspect at times, playing better, but they've got to figure out a way to do that. If they could do that, there were a total of 10 hits from Chicago on Andy Dalton. So you know how Trevor gets a little uncomfortable when he doesn't have a clean pocket. They need to make sure they have that button.
So here's another thing, too. The secondary is basically, that's a bulky production, okay? It's the free agents.
Yeah, Ronald
it's
Darby.
Jarian Jones.
Yeah.
Where's Jarian Jones? He's got to play. He's healthy. He's got to play.
Yeah, Jarian's been out there. We're talking about all these guys that have been
got to play better.
Yes,
right.
yes.
When you've got to play better. Simple as that. Okay. Mm-hmm. So where are these guys? This is his group basically. Okay. Mm-hmm. His group that he didn't help with more pass rushers either.
Yeah. Well, they said goodbye to Rayshon, said he was too expensive, and they felt like Antonio Johnson was ready to step into that role.
Didn't he get a pick 6 last week? I think he did.
He did. Yeah, for Seattle. Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, speaking of Seattle, well, it was actually 2 former Jags. Matthew Wright booted it, and Visca Chenault took it to the house last night. Visca Chenault got...
I can't believe Visca's still in the league, actually.
He still is.
Wow.
He got Seattle back into that ball game last night because they come out of the half. San Francisco had just basically gone down the field once again, did what they want, got in the end zone, looked like they were building a big lead. I'm trying to think of the exact score at this point. It might have been 24-10, something like that. Bottom line is Visca takes it to the house and kind of turns things around a little bit. It's just so funny when you see this guy pop up out of nowhere. And he was a second-round pick.
He's got 4 catches for 26 yards.
Yeah, he's done nothing. But he makes his big play last night. I mean, and so, and by the way, here's the other sucky part of special teams. Devin Duvernay was able to create a big return, get them in great field position when they did take care of business late in that game. He gets hurt. He's on injured reserve. And so they're going to have to rely on somebody else that's going to have to pick up that part of it.
What, you pull a hammy?
They put him on IR.
You pull a hammy and you're on IR?
It might have been significant.
SOF.
Yeah.
Goodness
This was?
gracious.
SOF.
Yeah. Well.
Without a T.
I'm not even no, I'm not even going to allow that. Okay?
That's the look Leon gave. That's all I'm saying.
I know that's the look he gave.
I didn't say that. I'm just telling you that's the look Leon gave.
But I'm a Duvernay fan. And
I am too, but I'm saying a hamstring is usually a 10 to 14-day process, not a 4-game miss.
Yeah, but you know as well as I do, these are the guys that it's not him saying that. That's the team saying that.
Yeah, it's the team putting a pacifier in his mouth.
Oh, see, no.
I'm just saying.
Whenever they come up with those quick designations, they know they've got something serious, and it's I don't know.
It's time for Parker Washington to step up, right?
Yeah, a guy like that who Duvernay went past in terms of that.
Who frankly had a great camp.
That return guy.
Who had a great camp and for whatever reason is not getting on the field as a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So make your mark elsewhere.
Yeah, and he has in years past, or 1 year, he's been able to become a little more valuable when he got healthy late last year.
Although Gabe Davis is questionable, and you never know. Parker might get in the rotation now this week.
It's true. I couldn't help but laugh when I saw the injury report for Gabe Davis, and it legitimately read on the injury report, hands, with an S. And
I understand.
It did not.
It did.
Hands.
If you get the injury report and you look at it, that's what it says. Hands. And I looked at it. I'm like, are you kidding me? And that's basically what it was. So it kind of cracked me up just a little bit. But yeah.
By the way, Smitter just texted me. Duvernay's a knee, not a hammy.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was saying. I did not know exactly what it was. He did have a hamstring injury, but it led to something else that ultimately.
Was Gabe Davis real? Did it really say hands, plural?
You can look up the injury report. I'm not the only one that's privy to this bad boy. And it definitely says that. Yes, I'm telling you, it did. And it just kind of made me laugh. And with everything that went on the sideline between him and Trevor, and they definitely were trying to figure things out, communication-wise and all that kind of stuff, I'm sure he's probably looking around like, I gotta come with. I got to make sure that I do what I need to do to be a more productive player for this football team. And so it's listed knee for Gabe Davis, so we will see what happens with him going forward. With all these guys, they just need to get in a position where they can make plays consistently. And Gabe is a big down-the-field guy, and he needs to be one of those reliable targets and weapons that Trevor can get the football to.
I agree. Absolutely, I agree with that. What's Evan Ingram's status?
He's supposed to.
He's questionable. I'm not seeing hands anywhere, by the way.
I know it's got knee on it, but I was just having fun. But
I was going to say he'd very easily say heart too if you're going to go there.
Well, I'm not even going to go that far because, like I said, we were just questioning one other guy. I think he's played with heart. He just hasn't. All these guys have had their share of bad plays. Whenever Trevor misses two wide open guys or hurries out of the pocket, we can't throw hard on him every time a bad play happens.
Oh yeah, you can.
Well,
it's the old HPK injury delegation. Our pumped Kool-Aid.
But did you think that whenever Trevor didn't make a good play, whereas we usually lob that on other guys unfairly, I think is what I'm saying. I don't know whether he's got a heart problem. He had a hands problem. He did.
Well, yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, you stating facts.
Okay, so let's just say, Leon, we're not in the locker room, we're not in the huddle. Mm-hmm. But if a guy is playing poorly or dropping the ball,
if you've got a hands problem, odds are you got a heart problem. Okay,
I'm backing off of that one.
Oh. Wait, what do you mean by heart problem? You saying he's dropping the ball to avoid from getting hit?
Well, not only that, it's just you're not invested. If you're dropping the ball, you're not invested. Is it fair to say that?
Yeah, but it's fair to say when Trevor misses throws that he's not fully vested.
Right. Yeah.
He's also running for his
life.
He's also running for his life,
well,
too.
Don't see you make excuses for Trevor.
No,
no. When he's wide open, he overthrows passes.
That's a bad throw, no doubt.
Okay.
The last two games when he was protected well, He missed 2 throws in the 2 games ago. That should have been touchdowns. They should be legitimately 2 and 3 right now. Okay? There's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me, I can criticize him for that. But the following week, he was flawless, man.
He was
one of his best games in 2.5 years.
Yeah, but I guess the unfortunate thing about this is that we're talking about a guy who's supposed to do it on a regular basis, and we're pointing to one game and throwing a parade over one game. This needs to be regular. Okay, do you understand?
Here's my point with all that. I understand what you're saying. This is my point, okay? If they protect him consistently, you're going to get consistently good results from him. And this is the big and. If you protect him consistently, the times that you don't, you're more than likely still going to get good results from him because he's not going to be expecting a blindside hit or he's not going to be worried about getting hit it underneath the waist. It's very simple with quarterbacks at any level. The better you protect them, the better they play, and the better they deal with pressure down the road.
Right. Yeah. But I just feel like he's got to make his own hay. He's got to make good decisions. He went way up in completion percentage, yards, and only had 1 pick because he made better decisions. He was hovering around less than 55% completion percentage. That's as much on him as anybody. Okay, you can talk about protection all day long. He made those throws.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I mean, you just handle quarterbacks differently, I guess, with a white glove. I'm just saying when I was a lineman, I didn't need to be celebrated to know that I was playing good. I ain't need to be celebrated every game to let people know. I know damn well I'm playing good. I don't need to be celebrated. That's what I'm saying. When it comes to quarterbacks, you got your lapdog and you got to stroke them.
Yeah, there's a reason why.
Every game.
Yeah, there's a reason why this game looked so good because Trevor played better. Okay, he made improvements in his game. Yeah, they blocked and protected, but he made a hell of a big step forward.
What's it the Mafia says? This is the life we lead. That's you, bro. You chose to be an offensive lineman. That's a life you lead.
Absolutely. Ain't nobody tougher either.
Now, the 2-minute drill brought to you by Injury Care Centers. Discover BioTarget Regenerative Therapy, a safer drug-free solution for lasting pain relief. Visit GoBioTarget.com.
I can't say this is 100% for sure because I live basically with misinformation all the time. But the embedded and shredded might have penciled in hands on the injury report for Gabe. Yeah. Was that you or was it?
It was not me, but I found it to be hilarious. As did Graham Marsh, who's having trouble breathing at his cubicle right now. He's been laughing so hard for 10 minutes.
It was just beautiful. And so whoever photoshops, they're so good that way. Yes. They definitely can do it.
Gabe has a knee. He has a hands issue too, but his medical issue is the knee.
All right, so anyway, I tried to call Matt Hayes on the carpet. Like, you can't, like, a guy can have a lousy game. He can have the drops, but I'm not going to, like, trace hands to heart. I'm just not going to do it.
No, I think Gabe Davis, again, he's never been a reception machine anyway. I mean, I think his career high is somewhere in the mid-40s. It's the playmaking that he gives you. So, I mean, he's not going to get very many opportunities. So when he doesn't make the most of them, it's going to look bad. I still think that as the season plays out, he'll have some good days for the Jags. But really, the real positive news is you don't really need Gabe Davis because Brian Thomas is a phenom. Mm-hmm. So just keep throwing Brian Thomas the ball and occasionally mix in Christian Kirk. And when Evan Ingram comes back, mix in some Evan Ingram. But, I mean, unless Gabe Davis is wide open, I'm throwing it to Brian Thomas if I'm Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he's unstoppable right now. Now, maybe that changes. Maybe he hits a rookie wall. But until you see evidence of that, I mean, you gotta act like Brian Thomas is a
You got to do it
superstar.
out there. You're number one.
Yeah,
You got to do
I mean, so it'll be. I think it's going to be a really fun game on Sunday morning. I think it's going to be a lot of points on both sides. So should be fun. We'll get into all that coming up. It's going to be me and Baloo into the night. Frangie's on his way to London to cover the call the game. So Baloo and I until 6.
All right, my man.
Thank you guys.
Good. We'll be looking forward to it.
Here, real quick.
Yeah.
So.
For me or him?
No, just for you too if you want. Ingram will drop a ball. Yeah. He'll also catch 115 of them.
No, I get it.
That's kind of my point.
I haven't seen enough of this guy to go, he's that or he's this. I haven't seen enough. I did see when he did make plays in the other uniform, his yards per catch were outstanding and all that stuff. I'm just not calling him on the carpet just yet. I need to see.
I don't know when you call them. You're 1-4 right now. When do you call anybody out at that point?
Well, I think we have called a lot of other people out, including
Let's call them all out. Let's call them all out, man.
It is just so easy to do that. But then he puts the damn security blanket on some other guys when we call them out.
Yes, so.
Which is just comical. All right, we're done. We had such a good time. You got the kickoff show at 6.
Yes.
6 to 7, correct?
Yes, 6 o'clock. JJ and I will break down the fantastic week of college games.
All right, and then Hacker After Dark. You have a Jaguars win, sirs?
Yeah, I do. 21-17.
I have a Jaguars win by more than 2. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I'm going to go 23-16.
I got the L.
You got the L?
Yep.
All right. We had a good time. We say thanks to Florida Home AC on a Friday. You can keep cool with them, the official partner of your Jacksonville Jaguars. We are done. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Searcy, and RJ. RJ, give it to us, man.